What's up, everybody? Hope you're having a great weekend. Hope everybody had a great Thanksgiving, Black Friday, and get ready for Cyber Monday tomorrow. Before we get started on this week preview of December 2nd, I'd like to just point out if you're not in the giveaway yet for the 2 free premium annual subscriptions. So basically, you're going to get 13-month annual premium plan for free. I'm giving out 2 of those. You just got to like, repost, and follow me, and ensure you have a TradingView account on my X account here at the Ronnie V Show. So I just wanted to point that out if you guys are part of that. If you're not, I'm going to try to be doing these weekly on Sundays now. But basically, I want to go over the week ahead. I want to look at the the markets. I want to look at the QQQ, the SPY, the IWM. I want to look at news. I want to look at upcoming earnings, and I want to review the trades that I'm in and my watch list for the week. So a lot to get into in this video today. So let's get rolling. Um, First, I'm going to come on over here to Earning Whispers. If you're not following him at eWhispers, him or her, give them a follow. They always are on top of the earnings and giving updates on all that. So we can see here that we have Zscaler tomorrow. I have a post coming, or I already posted about that today. What I think they're going to do on earnings and the high five setup they have. So I already posted about that today. I think at 2 p.m. So if you haven't checked that write up, go ahead check that out. Then we have Tuesday after the close, we have Salesforce reporting. This is a high five setup that I'm currently in with options. Great setup. I'll get into that in a minute. We'll review that when we go over our current positions. We got Chewy and Foot Locker, the beat up Dollar Tree in the morning, Campbell's, Cracker Barrel, Hormel. Not in any of these. Not in Sentinel One, Five Below. Not in any of these either. For high five setups, or I haven't really looked into them. I know American Eagle has flown pretty high in a short amount of time this past year, so definitely a high flying stock. Dollar General, Dollar Tree, Dollar General, just 2 really beat up names that I think are going to continue to get beat up. I'm not invested in those. No plans to invest in those. I think just e-commerce taking over, Amazon taking over, things like Temu, Amazon coming out with their own Temu-esque brand of cheap products, Walmart's, Targets, just everything going against Dollar Tree and the cheapness of what they offer. So I think those are dying businesses, if I'm being honest. And then we got UiPath. I did a write up on them. They're not breaking out yet. Not a high five setup. It is what it is. Alta, they've been beat up a lot as well. I do like them as an investment. I'm not in them yet. I think they have room to go lower. GitLab haven't looked at. Petco haven't looked at. And yeah, that wraps up like the bigger names for the week. So nothing crazy. The real ones I'm looking at is going to be Zscaler, Salesforce, Foot Locker. I really want to see Foot Locker here. I want to see what's going on with them, as that'll give me insight into Nike and what Nike's going to report. Not this week, but next week. Nike reports, and that is a trade. That isn't not a trade. It's an investment for me. One of the best moats and brands on the planet, in my opinion. So it is. I have some leaps, and I have some. I have it in my investment portfolio. I really like the name. I did a whole write up on Nike as well. If you search NKE ticker Nike in my on my page on X. So yeah, Lulu, don't have any. I think I don't have anything to say about Lulu. Yeah, that pretty much wraps up what I'm looking at for earnings. So let's get into the markets. I'm gonna try to keep this video under 30 minutes. It is a lot to go over, but I'm gonna do my best. So the markets, they look really good to me. The QQQ, the SPY, and the IWM will go over real quick, but they look really, really healthy to me. I know a lot of people are calling for tops in these names and everything right now, but I don't see it. I really don't. Could we get there eventually? Yeah, I mean, eventually you're gonna have tops in markets and you're gonna have big, big corrections and crashes and everything. It's what the stock market is, but they are so spread out. And I mean, technology nowadays and how the markets move so quickly and drop so fast and then rebound so fast. I mean, I think that has a lot to play in it. I'm not sitting here and saying this time's different, because those are the um, worst words you could say when you're talking about markets. But I'm sitting here saying that um, with things where they are and technology how it is and the flow of information and how fast that is, um, it's it can be said that markets do not stay down for as long due to the immense amount of information and everything out there. But that's more of a talk for another time. But let's get into the markets here. So we had an ascending triangle pattern. We've been really good at predicting where the markets are going to be going, and that's mainly because of the high fives trading strategy, but also the Williams R percentage. Basically, the Williams R percentage and what you see up here, which I call the Williams consolidation box. I think I'm the only person that's ever really talked about the Williams consolidation box and kind of coined the phrase and term, and um, what what it really means. And what it means essentially is you have a run up to these highs, and this red bar up here is essentially your barrier to going higher, and it dates back, all the way back, right? So all the way back to 1999, we've never been able to break that barrier on the Williams R, mainly because it's almost zero, right? And it's going to positive. It could break, but it holds, right? It's a barrier to go higher. And what that typically means is to have a consolidation, a Williams consolidation box, as I call it, is to come up and come to a point of the barrier, bounce off the barrier, come down. Once you basically break over -20, you come up in this area, you pull back below that area, and the first pullback area, but below -20, right, is where you're going to have your support. Just like you have support and resistance on your chart, you have support and resistance on your Williams R. Your resistance is going to be your red barrier, while your support is wherever we create support, right? So right here, we have support, and we also have an uptrend. So we create the support, and then what happens? We draw a box from the barrier down to the support, and as long as we stay in here in this consolidation, Williams consolidation box, and we bounce back and forth like a crazy person in a room, we will continue higher. You do not need to be worried until we break down beneath the box, breaking said Williams consolidation box support, breaking out of the box to the downside, while subsequently getting a red high five indicator. That is when we need to get worried, and that's when we're going to have a big pullback in the markets. As you can see, as we look back in history, consolidation box formed, right? Continued sideways as we continued higher, right? Until we had this decently sized pullback. And then same thing here. Williams R percentage, Williams consolidation box formed, ran higher. Once we broke down, massive move down, right? And this was the August fiasco. And no, this was the August fiasco. This was just a decent sized pullback in the market. So you see how trustworthy it is and how you can understand what the Williams consolidation box does and how it helps predict markets. So down here on Halloween, I was sitting here saying, well, we're coming to the bottom of this. We're at the 9 EMA. We're coming to the bottom of this ascending triangle pattern. So if we do break down, it's southbound, but everything's pointing up. We're holding the 9 EMA. We're holding all this support. We're at these volume shelves. Also, we have a green high five indicator. Also, we're about to create that support on our Williams R as we're sitting down here creating the support and bouncing higher. So I said, okay, we're going to have a beautiful week next week and most likely all-time highs to get back up to the barrier. That's exactly what happened. And then that week I said, man, we just ran over almost 5.5% on the QQQ. And now we're running into the barrier. So we're either going to get consolidation, which we did, or a big pullback that next week. And we did. We got a 3 to almost 4% pullback that next week, predicting where it was going with different levels, and it ended up going a little bit above our 493 level down here, and it ended up stopping at 494.49, right at this volume shelf right here. So you got to take in everything into consideration. Also, you were coming down here to the bottom of the ascending triangle pattern again. We had a false breakout here, obviously, to pull back down, but this was also a fake out as we bounced and then continued higher, rebroke out, and now we just retested this week the ascending triangle pattern after the breakout. 80 to 90% of your breakouts are going to retest, and now we had this beautiful wick higher, a wick off the retest area, and now a push higher, in which I think this week we will get a engulfing candlestick back above all-time highs, which we had here. Get an engulfing candlestick, maybe a 2-3% plus week as we continue higher and push up to this oops, sorry. As we push up back to this sorry about that, guys. Dang replay button. Click the wrong thing. As we push back up to this barrier up here, right? And then once we hit the barrier, then we'll have another pullback. So what I believe is going to happen here is going to be, let me get this stuff off the screen. I think this week we are going to have a push higher to break above this all-time high on the QQQ. And then once we get up to this barrier again, I think we have a pullback back down to where? Back down to where we created this this prior resistance right here, turn support. So we run up, come back, bounce at this point, and then continue higher. That's what I believe is going to happen. Our measured move on this ascending triangle pattern, which is where you take the bottommost point of the ascending triangle and to the topmost point of the ascending triangle, you measure that out, you drag it to the breakout area, and that's where your measured move is. So our measured move is $580. Our measured time frame is by taking where it began to where it broke out, dragging that over, and we have a measured time frame of March 3rd, 2025 to get to a price target of 580. And my first price target is actually 560 based on another move on the daily that I'm looking at. So 560 to 580, so about 12 to 17% higher on the QQQ. I think there's going to be a massive Santa Claus rally running into year end. I think we have a little bit of a pullback, like I said, and then I think we continue higher. And I think we see 560 to 580 before we have any big type of correction, maybe back down to these levels once we run a lot more. So to all the people calling tops and everything like that, look, you could pull up any indicator, you could pull up any ratios, any fundamental analysis. You can pull up anything to sway people into to your opinion and your thoughts, right? I could do the same thing, right? But I'm gonna stick to my strategy. I'm gonna stick to looking at the charts using what I know that works consistently. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks in a row now of me calling it out. Public knowledge of where we are going every week, being able to predict that what the Williams are on the weekly in the Williams consolidation box. So I'm gonna stick to my strategy, and I'm not gonna get worried until we break down out of this Williams consolidation box, and also have a rollover on our high five setup, high five trading strategy indicator. So that's a QQQ. The SPY looking the same. We have this beautiful with this beautiful hammer candle, hammer stick candle. And basically what that means is that is a sign of a continuation and trend when you get a hammer stick candle. And essentially that means the next couple weeks you're going to get some pretty nice candles moving up to the upside If I had to put another pattern here, it'd be a bull flag, and we would have that bull flag probably measured to about around $630 ish, to $640. So $30 to $40 higher essentially on the SPY is where I'm looking at. Same thing here as you could see. Consolidation box looking beautiful, continuing sideways, bouncing off the barrier, bouncing off the support, maintaining the consolidation box, maintaining its frame, and just bouncing back and forth like a crazy person in a room. IWM, this is my favorite looking chart. Out of a lot of charts, guys, especially when we're talking about the markets. Look at this massive cup and handle pattern, also an ascending triangle pattern. We broke out of both last week. No, sorry. We broke out of both the week of November 4th. We came back and retested this breakout of the ascending triangle pattern and the cup and handle pattern. And now we have bounced higher. We went to all-time highs. We had a little bit of a pullback to retest this prior resistance, now turned support. And I think we're going to have a nice follow-through week and weeks to come to get up to our first price target of $259. And what's that again? Yep, we look up here. We have our barrier, we have our support, we continue sideways, and as we continue sideways, we continue higher. So first profit target is 259. Next profit target is 306, and that's actually our measured move from the bottom of this cup and handle to the top of the cup and handle, matched out to the breakout point. So about 26% higher, a little bit more from where we are at right now, with a measured timeline of 2027. But I think we get there a lot faster. I'm thinking no later than 2026, but we could get there before end of 2025, guys. I'm honestly expecting on an investment standpoint, I'm honestly expecting value and dividend stocks there to be a massive rotation in value and dividend stocks over the and them to do really well in 2025, just as big tech did really well if you were a buyer of that in 2023, especially towards the end of 2023 before it flipped and had this epic run throughout 2024. I think that's what's going to happen with dividend stocks and value stocks in 2025. Also, because of this chart compared to the other charts, I think the small caps and micro caps sectors and fields and companies within, I think they're going to have massive runs in 2025. So value, dividend, and small caps, micro caps, I think are going to fly higher during 2025. And last time Trump was president, in 2020, no, 2016, I think, yeah, 2016, small caps and micro, they ran like crazy. Business was good, and yeah, it was just because of who was president and the business side of things on that front. So that's what I'm seeing on the markets. Let's move into our high five setups. So I'm going to move through these pretty quickly. I've already every single one of these high five setup trades that I'm actively in right now. The yellow ones are trades and investments. So I hold them in my long-term portfolio and I hold them as a trade. And then the rest are just trades only. A lot of these, the majority of these are they're within 2 days. They're no longer than 2 market days old, meaning let's say Wednesday and Friday were the last 2 market days. So all of these been updated from between Wednesday or later. So if you want an update on them, look at my X account. You'll see all the different updates on where they're at, and they're no more than 2 market days old, meaning that it's still very relevant. So I'm not going to sit here and go through every single one of them in extreme detail. We'll just go over the highlights, guys. So new position, D-Lo, D-Local Limited, great company here. I think they are about to have this massive move up. We had this breakout right here of this falling wedge pattern. We have this launch happening off this volume shelf. We have this massive volume gap to fill up to $17.26. I think this week we're going to get a continuation off of this breakout, and I think we're going to move up past 1178. I think we could see a move up to this first volume shelf at 1360, see a pullback down to this area for a retest, as 80-90% of breakouts retest, and then a continued move higher to 1726. Our profit target 1726, 2422, our look left profit target, and then our measured move profit target is $38. And we have another profit target here for all this consolidation at $29. Like I said, this is an investment and it's a trade for me. I did a fundamental and technical analysis on this just not too long ago, so go give that a look. I ran it through my high five investing strategy spreadsheet, and it came out with some pretty phenomenal numbers. Another name that's come out, and the Williams consolidation box is currently trying to form itself. So it's running up. I think it's going to hit this barrier, which is why I think it'll run up to around 1350-ish, and then I'll have this pullback, and that's where I think we have the retest. So on the run up to about 1350-ish, I'm going to be selling off some of my traded position, and then I'll hold on for the pullback, and then use that capital and use those gains to buy into a much larger position off the bounce and move higher. HITI, High Tide. This is a cannabis name. Super small market cap. It's a $263 million market cap. High risk, high reward here, guys. Don't follow me into the flames if you got a queasy stomach for trading, and this might not be the name for you. $263 million market cap. It could be easily swayed by big money due to such a small market cap. But what I'm seeing is a cup and handle pattern, breakout, false breakout, pullback down, and now a real breakout over the previous false breakout of $3.12. I called it out on X. I said if this thing goes over $3.12, we're going to $4.15 quick, which is what I believe we are going to do. We have this massive move up. We could have a pullback to retest, of course. It just depends. This could have been the fake out retest, big retest, and this could be the big move, or we could get a retest this week or so and come back down to this $3 area to retest the breakout and then move higher. Either way, I'm in it. Our Williams consolidation box is bounced off the same support twice, has gone up to the barrier. We have a beautiful Williams consolidation box going on, and yeah, I'm not really worried about this name at all. I also looked at it on the fundamental side. I made a post about it. Go check it out. Ran it through my high five setup investing strategy spreadsheet, and it's coming back with some phenomenal numbers, just like DLO. So I'm in it as a trade, and I'm in it as an investment as well. So, yeah, anyways, measured move at the 495, 415 profit target, and yeah, I think it can go a lot higher, depending on some news and what it's valued at on the fundamental side. MBLY, not much to say here. Continuously update this one. We had a breakout of the inverse head and shoulders and symmetrical pattern. We have this $20.01 gap to fill next. We have this then massive volume gap here up to $26.95 to fill. We have our support on our Williams consolidation box, and we're going to stay in here continuing sideways as we go higher. So nothing to worry about until something breaks on the consolidation box. We had this breakout over the 1758 support. We had a pullback to it to it was resistance. Now it's being tested and created as support. So resistance at one point, now being made into support. And then I think we continue higher this week into next week. HIMS, but also on mobile, I have a lot of profit targets. Investment, love it. Top 3 name in autonomous vehicles, full self-driving. I think they're going to be a big supplier to legacy car brands for their for what they want to do on the full self-driving side, while Tesla's more like Apple and just pumping out their own services and their own full self-driving to only their products. So Hims, what an awesome 50% move after we were sitting here calling out saying that there was a short attack on this name, and it ran up, broke out, and then crashed down here based off the short attack. I mean, we went from 31 down to 19. I was a big buyer down here. All this support, this massive volume shelf, right back down to the breakout point and retesting the bull flag. And look what's happened since. Over 50% move to the high side, all the way up to my $35 profit target. And our measured move is $48.55. Intrinsic value or fair value on this company is $40, which I think is a lot higher than that if we assign a higher free cash flow multiple to it. And I think we're going to get back to $35 this week, in my opinion. We had this scary breakdown up here on the Williams consolidation box, but nothing else broke down. Our high five indicator stayed green. We were good. We looked at what was happening. We saw that we were coming into all this support, so we didn't flinch in the eye of adversity. And look, we were back up into our consolidation box and approaching the barrier, which I think we will hit the barrier at almost $40 per share. So next up, we got InMode, INMD. This is a new investment and trade for me. This was a company that I was investing in trading about 2022. So great name. Just recently called this one out. Falling wedge, retest, gap to fill, volume shelf launch, $26 target, $21 target, fair value is $28. Williams consolidation box formed, good to go. Shop, massive move off earnings, had a nice pullback right to where we were calling it for. We were calling this pullback here due to this consolidation over here. So that's how we were able to predict where it was going to pull back to. Now we engulf back over the high, and we're going to continue higher to 121, 160, then 180. Williams consolidation box is thriving. Square, I think this name's about to take off. We're in stage 1 right now, about to launch into stage 2, and I think we are going to have a massive run up to $200 plus. Inverse head and shoulders, falling wedge pattern. We broke out slightly, and now we are having an over pullback down through the area of our breakout a little bit, but I'm not worried. I think it's just a little bit of a pullback. Everything's still good. We're still holding our support on our Williams consolidation box. Everything's still good. Green on the high five indicator. I think we reach 110 before end of year, and then we start marching to 149, 162, and 200. Chipotle, symmetrical triangle pattern, breakout, coming back for a retest, and then we'll continue higher. 69, 82 is the measure and move for the symmetrical triangle pattern by April 21st, 2025. Look at these consolidation boxes. Williams consolidation box, 38% run. Williams consolidation box, 82% run. That's why I trust the Williams consolidation box along with my high five trading strategy. Mara, we just talked about this one multiple times, but bull flag breakout, retest. Yes, we had a massive move up. Yes, we had a massive pullback, but guess what? We're still above the bull flag, and we're still going to march higher to break out this cup and handle pattern and have a massive move up to 50 and then 65. In my opinion, Williams consolidation box formed, good to go. AI, another move, big move that we had. 44% move, had 200, 300% gains on options, massive move, big run up, pullback right to where all this prior resistance and support was. Now that we had that pullback, I think we march higher to 49, then 58. Consolidation box is good. We had to bounce off the barrier with the pullback, and now we can continue sideways as we go higher. Salesforce reporting earnings this week. I think they're going to crush earnings, have massive free cash flow, and this name's going to march higher. Having some consolidation after the breakout of the cup and handle. Already had our retest. I'm in this name now. I think we're going to move higher. 385 first profit target, 502 measured move of the cup and handle before 2028. I think it happens well before then. Williams consolidation box is thriving, continuing sideways as we continue higher. Bull flag, cup and handle breakout on Home Depot. Everything's looking good. Williams consolidation box thriving. Good to go. Continuing higher. 468, measured move of the cup and handle 532. Nothing to worry about. Unity, beautiful hammer candlestick right here, which is a continuation candlestick, and I think we're going to continue higher. Cup and handle breakout, came back down for a big retest, wicked off that last week, and then ended up right above the breakout point. So this week, I think we're going to get a candlestick higher, moving beyond our first profit target and pushing up to 30.35, then measured move of 33.31. We still have to create our support on this name, so I think we'll have a push up and then a pullback, and that's when we'll create our support on the Williams consolidation box. Coin looking great, no issues. Consolidation right here after we had a cup and handle breakout. It's very wicky and very ugly in here, but we're creating support on our Williams consolidation box, and crypto is still flying, and I think it still has more room to run. Excuse me. And yeah, I think we got big moves ahead up to 427, then 549. So that's all that needs to be said. Mr. Car Wash, inverse head and shoulders, symmetrical triangle, breakout, retest, a little bit of wick action hanging out here. Still have to push up past this volume shelf and then up to $10, 12.36, and then our measured move up to $20.78. This one could be very big risk to reward as well. Tesla, not much to say. Giant 1 year and 3 year inverse head and shoulder breakout. Consolidation being made to create some support and aligning with previous resistance and support. Elon Musk is going to get his 420 price target before end of year, I believe, and he's going to be trolling everybody. Amazon, pretty simple here, guys. We had a breakout. We had a pullback to retest the cup and handle breakout and the ascending triangle breakout. And now we have a green candle pushing higher. A engulfing over 216 is very bullish, sends us to 231, and then measured move up to 310. Consolidation box formed, support formed. We are good. Ethereum is going to continue to play catch up to Bitcoin. I think this name goes to 4,000 soon, maybe even before tomorrow, and then 5,000 after that. Crocs is a investment for me. Obviously, you see this trend line bouncing off of that. I made a whole video about this, but go watch it. It goes very in depth and it's up to date. Nike did a full run up and write up on Nike. Really like this name. Like I said, dividends and value plays are what I believe are going to be massive in 2025. Hammer candle here. I think we're going to have a couple good weeks. I'm looking at Foot Locker, like I said, this week to see how Nike's going to perform on December 9th, I think it is. They report earnings somewhere, not this week, but next week. So that's what I'll be looking at. And I think Nike is in the gulag and they have a higher high. They have a divergence on the Williams R percentage. And they're sending off this volume shelf to the high side. So that's what I'm seeing. Those are the setups. That's where I think the markets are going. I think we're going to continue higher, guys. Hope this helped you prepare for the week ahead of December 2nd. And yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Let me know what names you're in. And yeah, I'll see you all tomorrow morning, bright and early, for Monday kickoff. See you guys.